Hello everyone. In the last lecture we have seen that what are principal solutions. We know that there are two principal solutions lies between 0 to 2 pi. Now today we are going to look the general solution, and the general solution means the solution of trigonometric equation which is generalized by using its periodicity. And also in the last lecture we have seen that if sine theta is equal to half is the trigonometric equation, then its solution is given by first solution is pi by 6, then 5 pi by 6, again 13 pi by 6, that means in the second rotation, then 17 pi by 6 and so on. Also there is solution minus 7 pi by 6 also, and in the left hand side and so on. All these solutions are generated by the formula. If I'll write n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into pi by 6, then this is called as the general solution of this trigonometric equation, where n belongs to z means set of integers. That means we can find all these solutions by using this formula. So our first theorem is the general solution of sine theta is equal to sine alpha is theta is equal to this. So we have to prove. So let's consider this is xy plane. Now check here. The first solution is alpha, means value of theta is alpha. Now after one complete rotation we have 2 pi plus alpha. If again we will complete this second rotation, then again we have 4 pi plus alpha and so on. These are the infinitely many solutions. Now again we know that sine is positive in the second quadrant. So first solution is pi minus alpha, because sine alpha equal to sine pi minus alpha. Now again one complete rotation, again we will add up 2 pi in this. So 2 pi plus pi minus alpha means 3 pi minus alpha. Then again in the next rotation this is 5 pi minus alpha and so on. So first we will write here. So here I'll write this, and also sine alpha equal to sine of pi minus alpha, and pi minus alpha equal to all these angles. So we will write here. Therefore we will equate all these angles and these angles also. So we have, first we will write these angles here. Now we will write all these angles together here. Now you can understand this and this angle are in the first rotation. Now these and these are in the second rotation. This and this angle are in the third rotation and so on. So together these angles we have first one alpha, then pi minus alpha, then in the second rotation 2 pi plus alpha, and then 3 pi minus alpha, also 4 pi plus alpha, and then 5 pi minus alpha, so on. There are infinitely many solutions, and we can generate this solution by using formula theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into alpha, where n belongs to z means set of integers. This is the general solution of sine theta is equal to sine alpha. This is our second theorem, and here we have to prove the general solution of cos theta equal to cos alpha is theta is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha. So again, since cos theta is equal to cos alpha, so first solution is theta is equal to alpha. And again same concept we will use here as we have used above. in the first quadrant, suppose this is the first solution alpha, then after one complete rotation the same solution will be 2 pi plus alpha, then 4 pi plus alpha, and so on, and therefore their cosines are also equal. So we will write here cos of alpha is equal to cos of 2 pi plus alpha after one complete rotation, then that is equal to cos of 4 pi plus alpha, and so on. And also cos alpha, this alpha angle equal to cos of minus alpha. We know that this is even function, and also after one complete rotation again we will write this as 2 pi minus alpha, and that is equal to again cos of 4 pi minus alpha, and so on. And then this is equal to actually cos of theta, and so we will write this solution separately. So theta is equal to first alpha, then 2 pi plus alpha, then 4 pi plus alpha, and so on. And also theta is equal to, now write down this, minus alpha, then second 2 pi minus alpha, and together these solutions are theta is equal to 2n pi. Check here, plus alpha minus alpha here also. So here we will write plus minus alpha where n belongs to z. This is the general solution. Let's prove the third theorem. The general solution of tan theta equal to tan alpha is theta is equal to n pi plus alpha where n belongs to z. We will write tan theta equal to tan alpha here, and this is possible if and only if tan theta means sin theta upon cos theta, and that is equal to, again cross multiplication means we will multiply this here and this here. So we have sin theta into this cos alpha, and that is equal to, again move this term to the left hand side. So we have therefore sin theta into cos alpha, and again this is expansion of sine of first angle theta, middle sign minus, and then second angle alpha, that is equal to 0. Now we will write this 0 as sine of 0. So again same equation will be, now here we will use first theorem. We have if sin theta is equal to sine alpha, then this same theorem we will use here. Now left hand angle is theta minus alpha, that is equal to, then we will write n pi plus then minus 1 raised to n, and this alpha means right hand side angle which is 0, and so again that is equal to theta minus alpha is equal to 0 into this is 0. So we will write simply n pi, and therefore again move this alpha to the right hand side, I plus alpha, which is the general solution of tan theta is equal to tan of alpha, where this n belongs to z, means set of integers. Now together I have written these three formulae. If sin theta is equal to sin alpha, then general solution is theta is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n into alpha. If cos theta is equal to cos alpha, then theta is equal to 2n pi plus minus alpha. And if tan theta is equal to tan alpha, then theta is equal to n pi plus alpha, where this n belongs to z, means set of integer. Keep in mind here only plus sign is there. You have to learn these formulae and you have to solve the next examples. One remark is there, for theta belongs to R, we will write general solution for these three. Sin theta is equal to 0 if and only if theta is equal to n pi. Cos theta is equal to 0 if and only if theta is equal to 2n plus 1 pi by 2. And tan theta is equal to 0 if and only if theta is equal to n pi, where this n belongs to the set of integers. Let's prove this theorem. The general solution of these three we have to find out, and check now all these three equations have square terms. In the last theorem we have proved that general solution of sin theta equal to sin alpha. Now here both the terms are square terms, and again the general solution of these three equations is same, which is theta is equal to n pi plus minus alpha, where n belongs to z, and we will prove each theorem separately. To prove first one, we have this. Now here we will use cos 2 theta formula. So sin square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta upon 2. And same here, instead of theta we will write alpha. So 1 minus cos of 2 alpha upon 2. Now 2 get cancelled from both sides. Again 1 get cancelled from both sides. Minus sign is deleted. Therefore we have cos of 2 theta equal to cos of 2 alpha. So by second theorem we will use cos theta is equal to cos alpha here. So we have this, means 2 theta equal to 2n pi plus minus this angle, means this is 2 alpha. Now from these two terms take 2 common. Now 2 get cancelled from both sides, and therefore theta is equal to n pi plus minus alpha, where n belongs to z. This is the general solution of sin square theta equal to sin square alpha. Let's find the general solution of cos square theta equal to cos square alpha, and here also we will use cos 2 theta formula. By using this formula, cos square theta equal to, move 1 here, so 1 plus cos of 2 theta upon 2, and same way here we will write. Now both sides this 2 get cancelled, afterward this 1 also get cancelled, and therefore cos of 2 theta equal to cos of 2 alpha. Now we will use cos theta equal to cos alpha formula here. Therefore 2 theta means is equal to 2n pi plus minus, again this angle means 2 alpha. Now from both this term take 2 common, and again 2 get cancelled from both sides. Therefore theta is equal to, where n belongs to z. And therefore the general solution of cos square theta equal to cos square alpha is theta is equal to n pi plus minus alpha, where n belongs to z. Let's find the general solution of tan square theta equal to tan square alpha. First we will write the denominator, which is 1. Here also denominator is 1. So by componendo and dividendo, means we will add up numerator and denominator here, and in the denominator we will subtract. That means first write on addition 1 plus tan square theta, and here we will write 1 minus tan square theta is equal to, by the same way here also we will write here 1 plus tan square alpha. Now in the next step, interchanging numerator and denominator. That means we will write this term upside and this term downside. Now check the left hand side. 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but cos of 2 theta is equal to, and this is cos of 2 alpha. And now we will use the formula for cos theta equal to cos alpha. We have therefore 2 theta equal to 2n pi plus minus 2 alpha, and cancelling 2 on both sides. So we have the general solution of tan square theta equal to tan square alpha is theta equal to n pi plus minus alpha, where n belongs to z.